confirmed.
Detected near your position. Location's marked.
Friendly drone support is active. You are needed at sea.
Scorch is online.
Star team has Charlie. UAV ready.
What's up guys, Champ here bringing another Infinite Warfare gameplay. Today what I got for you guys is 2 gameplays on the map Scorch playing some hardcore. While watching this gameplay, I'm going to go over tips and tricks on how I get a high KD playing on this map specifically. In this gameplay I'm using my normal class setup, which is the NV4. And I'm going with the extended mags, the stock, the silencer, and the quick draw. Then I got on Ghost, and I got dead silence, and I got hardwire. That's my normal class setup here. Sometimes I'll switch in and out the ELO site, but in this game right here I did not do that. In the next game I might have done that. In this first gameplay I get off to a great start, and that's kind of what I like to do. I like to start off going real aggressive, see if I can start somewhat of a score streak, and then kind of slow down after I get started. So right now I went really aggressive off the bat, ended up picking up like 5 or 6 kills. So I'm already, pretty much 20% of the way there for my DE-ATOMIZER strike. So I'm trying to play it a little slow after that. I always slow down, and this is the spot I like to play at when trying to play slow, when trying to get a high KD. Always watch your back, make sure you put yourself in the right corners. Look what I just put myself right in that corner. Then I pop out and I peek right there. If you're in this room right here and you know which way the other team is coming from, you have a really good advantage on most gunfights. They usually don't know you're in here. They usually just start running by that middle area, because that right there where I'm facing is pretty much the most busiest area in this whole entire map. So you really don't want to put yourself out there too much if you don't have to, but you can stick around it so you can still pick up all these kills like I'm doing right here. I'm just picking up a lot of kills, hanging out around here, letting them run by me. Got pretty lucky with that guy. Don't know why he didn't just shoot me. So now I'm going to go back into this spot just because it's better, has much more cover. I can put myself in this corner. Right now there's no UAV. I don't really know which way they're coming from. My guy just came from the left, so they might be coming from that way, but they're not. Look here. Now the UAV is up. So now you could peek out into this room. And now you got the whole entire area right here that you can look at. A lot of times they will come rushing in through these doors. So you don't want to go into that room. That room is very big and very wide open. So trying to stay away from that if you could, unless you know all your teammates are in there. If you know that they seem to be coming from this way, you really don't want to be in there. Because right now he could be standing up above you, waiting for you to pop out. You just got the advantage right here, so you might as well stick with the advantage. See, that guy just jumped down. He could have probably killed me had I poked my head out right there. He would have had an easy shot on me. You just got to play smart when trying to go for these high KD games. I'm staying in here because I know they're kind of around here, so I'm going to stay where the action is. See if I could pick up more kills. They probably will catch on to you eventually, as they will if you stay in any spot for long enough. But try to pick up some kills. If it's, if it's working out for you, why go away from it? You're right where the action is, and this is a very big map, so you really don't want to be running around too much. You can get caught running around just trying to get to the action. So if you're already in the areas where the action is, just stay where it is. In this game, I do come out of here eventually. Also in this game, I'm running the better streaks if you want to go on a long kill streak with your gun. I'm running the advanced UAV, the UAV, and the counter UAV. I don't really use this kind of score streak setup that often because I find that the advanced UAV is pretty much garbage in this game. It lasts for about 30 seconds, or people take it out really quickly. It never seems to stay up for long. And it flashes, so it's not like the haters were in Black Ops 3, so it's definitely just not as good as it was in Black Ops 3. It definitely doesn't last for as long. So both of those things, for how much it takes to actually get the thing, just doesn't make it worth it for me. I'd rather just throw the Warden on. Had I had the Warden on in this gameplay, it would have got me like 10 more kills, maybe even more. I think I would have picked up 2 Wardens on this gun streak that I'm on right here, because I'm going to go on a long gun streak on this first gameplay. And I'm going to fall a little short of the De-Atomizer strike, but you know, it happens sometimes, but it comes very close. I'm actually about to pick my Relentless up really soon here, and you notice that I didn't really do much. I did run through the map a little bit at first until I found this little area. Then I stuck to this area because a lot of the action was flowing through here anyways, and I just kind of played it strategically, going through the corners when I could, kind of hiding out if I didn't have a UAV, and poking out when I knew people were around when I saw them on the UAV. You just got to play it smart like that. Now I'm going to come out because I think the game's about to end maybe, so I really want to try to get the atomizer strike, so I think that's why I rolled out of here. I just picked up an advanced UAV. I think I put it in the air and they might have had a counter UAV up. I can't see any other reason why it wouldn't be up right now, or maybe I just didn't call it in yet. So this game's about to come to an end, and it's going to run out of time on me. And this has happened to me so many times on my DE-ATOMIZER strikes, so I'm on like a 20 plus gun streak, and it's just like, you never know how much time is left in hardcore. It's really hard to gauge that. So I probably should have been rushing a little more. I knew I had to put a little rush into it, but you never want to over rush either when you're on like a 20 gun streak, because then you can end up just getting killed really easily. So you got to find a nice balance. Look at that nice little jump shot right here. So those of you guys that follow my channel a lot will notice that I've played this game before on my channel, and I showed it as my De-Atomizer strike that I got here on the map Scorch. But I'm also had a very good high KD on this game, so I figure it was very suiting to show you guys right here. And I was requested to play a Scorch and try to go over what kind of like tips that I do to play on this map. So I wanted to bring you guys 2 gameplays, and I didn't really have another gameplay, so you get to watch this one again, and it's a very good gameplay, and it very specifically shows how I kind of take the approach around this map. I'm just staying around the flank areas right here, playing it smart. The other time I played in the middle. This time I'm kind of just going to stay to all the outsides pretty much of the map. I'm going to come into this room, even though I told you guys not to, but I'm coming through a different door. And I'm just staying to the outer edges. I'm going to come up here, but I'm only going to come up to get to the tag. Then I'm going to get right out of there, because I really don't like taking that hallway. I feel like taking that hallway I always die, so I don't really do that very often. I peek outside this doorway, but I'm just going to pop in and out of that doorway real quick, take out a couple guys, and stay on the outer edge again. You got to stay on the outer edge in this map, and you could take the flanks. If you're going to take the flanks, this is a good flank way to take, because it's kind of predictable. There's that door right there, and there's that window right there. I'm kind of checking them both out before I make any moves. I know my teammate just went in there. Sometimes you want to make sure your teammates go in before you, because if you see them die, then you know there's a guy in there. If they make it in cleanly and no one dies, you don't hear nothing, then you know you can follow up on them. You know, you want to play it safe. That's the whole thing right here. We're trying to get a high KD. So I'm going to come into this doorway. I like standing in this doorway, but I'm not going to run into this room because I know they're spawning around here right now. So having this doorway right now gives me perfect view of pretty much everywhere. And if they start to come behind me right there, as long as I'm hugging the right side right here good enough, they won't see me as they run by over there. Only if they come and really get into the doorway will they be able to spot me. And I could hear them and just quickly turn around and go and kill anybody that's behind me. Then as soon as you notice that they're spawning, you know, your team around you instead, now I kind of creep up right here. And as long as you hug this area right here, you just notice that that guy just ran right by me and they won't even see that you're right there. Then you creep out and kill whoever's over there. I mean, I got a nice little 2-piece. Obviously, you're not just going to be able to get 2 pieces every single time. But I played it strategically, and you just limit your lines of sights. And then I went right back to this area. So now my teammates weren't over here. They were kind of creeping up on me. And I went right back to this spot. You know, you want to have good spots in hardcore specifically, but even in core, it's all pretty much the same thing, core and hardcore. As long as you're in a dominant spot where you got the head glitch, or they really don't see you and they're running by you. Because I always have Ghost and the Silencer on. And if they're not that aware and they're not listening too much, you could just get easy kills, and those are the kills that you want to get when trying to go on these long streaks. In this game, I got a different score streak set up. In this game, I believe I got the RC8, the Warden, and probably the UAV up in this game. And that just helped me get a really high KD, because if you're able to attain those score streaks, those are just going to bring your kills way up. Plus I get the De-Atomizer strike, so that's another 5 to 6 kills right there. So obviously if you go on a run like that, that's like a 50 kill streak probably that I went on in this game right here. And I remember when I was playing this game, I didn't do well off the bat, but I still ended up getting a really high KD in this game, something like a 6.5. I think I take like 9 deaths maybe. But I remember somebody was in the room talking to me when I first started this game, and as soon as I left, I really just turned it up, and I got my DE-ATOMIZER strike right there. So now I'm just going to play a little reckless, but I actually really play good again when I start back in here, and I try to get another DE-ATOMIZER strike, which is pretty much impossible, but not really impossible. It is possible, you could do it definitely, but a double DE-ATOMIZER strike would be very hard in this game. But there it is right there. Look at me, I'm not even worried about the double yet. I'm just kind of standing up watching everything right there. So the tips that I really want you to go over in this game is that building that I'm right next to pretty much is a nice place to hang out, where there's a lot of action that always kind of flows through that area. And as long as you got the UAV on and you know which way they're coming from, and you pay attention to your map a little bit, you can kind of stay ahead of the game and pick off a lot of people in that spot. Once they get to know that you're there, you definitely want to get out of there. Always take the flank route in this map. Don't take that area that's up to the left right there. There's a lot of head glitches, and if you're trying to run through the map and get through the area, it's best to take the way that I'm right over here. Not going back here, but going through that building right there, and that right side right there is always best. This side over here always kind of gets me killed when I try to run through this area I was just pointing at. So I try not to do that. Right now I'm just running around like a madman, and this is going to be me finishing up the rest of this game trying to get a double DE-ATOMIZER. And I do pretty well, like I said. If you're going to go through this area, just kind of hug the walls and take it slowly. I actually prefer taking the right side right there so you can see more of what's going on. I always say take the flank route. This is the better flank route to take in this map. So I always kind of take this route when it's available to try to get over into their spawn. And then from here, continue to take the flank, just like I'm doing. Just continue to take the flank around the map. Going into these buildings are tricky, so like I said, be careful when you try to go into these buildings right there. There's just there's a lot of areas they could be hanging out, just kneeling in a corner or laying down in a corner, and could easily just take you out. This building right here is key. This is where you're going to get a lot of kills in this map. This is the area, probably the strongest area in the whole map. You could be above yourself, but you don't have as much cover if you're above. If you're an aware player, sitting it down there and just kind of reading the mini map is definitely going to get you a lot of kills. So definitely take the flank, definitely use a UAV, and just play smart and be aware on this map. This is a big map, so you have to play really patient. There's going to be times when you're not going to run into a lot of people, just because how large this map is and how campy some people could play when they're trying to play on this map. So always stay strategic, even when you're trying to, with other teams being real campy. That doesn't mean go sprinting out into the open, because that's when you're going to just play right into their game, and you're definitely not going to be able to get a high KD game. See how I'm always just kind of hugging the walls? Definitely hug the walls. Make strategic moves every time. Like if you're going to jump out of cover, make sure you're jumping out of cover back into another spot where there is cover. But I hope you guys like what you saw here. This is just kind of a couple tips that I have on Scorch of how I get a high KD. Just check out the way I went through this map and just look at the movement that I did and just the spots that I like to hang out in when I got a lot of kills. But like I said, I hope you guys like what you saw. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to me at Champ Gaming.